This is TV Platinum. Here are the top 5 stories making the headline.
On number 1, the Senate on Wednesday called on State House of Assembly and governors to adhere to the Supreme Court's ruling on local government autonomy, especially in matters relating to council finances. The Senate further resolved to initiate steps to amend sections of the 1999 Constitution to grant full autonomy to local government administrations across the country. These resolutions were announced by Deputy Senate President Barau following a closed-door session where the Senate discussed efforts by some state governments to undermine the Supreme Court's July 11 ruling. On number 2, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) in Edo State has refuted allegations of obstructing any political party from inspecting election materials, including beavers machines used in the recent governorship election. In a statement issued on Wednesday in Benin, Resident Electoral Commissioner Dr. Anugbum Onoha dismissed the accusations as baseless, misleading and false. The allegations were made by the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and its candidate, Dr. Aswai Godalo, who claimed that INEC had disobeyed a court order permitting the inspection of the election materials. On number 3, Aliko Dangote, president of the Dangote Group, has urged Nigeria to cease mortgaging its crude oil in order to ensure sufficient feedstock for local refineries. Speaking at a summit organized by the Crude Oil Refinery Owners Association of Nigeria in Lagos, Dangote criticized the country for spending oil proceeds meant for the future. He pointed out that nations like Norway are investing oil revenues in national wealth funds for future generations, while Nigeria and other African countries are depleting the resources prematurely. According to a report by the Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, Nigeria's national oil firm pledges about 272,500 barrels daily, amounting to 8.17 million barrels per month to various loan deals. On number 4, a consortium of South Korean investors has finalized plans to construct 4 refineries in Nigeria, each with a capacity of 10,000 barrels per day. The federal government announced on Tuesday. Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Oil, Henneken Lokobiri, made the announcement at the maiden summit organized by the Crude Oil Refinery Owners Association of Nigeria in Lagos. Lokobiri emphasized the government's commitment to fostering a conducive environment for investors in the refinery sector, noting that approval has already been granted for the consortium whose name was not disclosed to begin operations. And lastly, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Wike, has accused Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara of being responsible for violence in the state by disregarding a court order. In an interview on Channels Television's Politics Today on Tuesday, Wike stated, "I am not blaming the governor, but he is the architect of the violence in the state." Wike further asserted that his supporters were not involved in the unrest, saying, "Those shouting, 'No Wike, no Rivers' is not my business. I was in Abuja and not in Rivers on the day of the election." Wike blamed the governor for Fubara's defiance of a court order for the breakdown of law and order in the states.
Those are the top stories. Do subscribe and follow us across all our platforms to get more of this update.